Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn the if condition variants in this for a given data set. Can see a data set for the year 2024 is given 5 different branches dealing with 3 unique products and their quantity, rate and sales amounts are given. So in this scenario, how can we use Countif, Sumif and AverageIf formula that we are going to learn in this video. Countif, it will count the number of times a criteria is repeated. It will count the number of times. If I want to count how many times the word laptop is repeated in this particular data set, I can use Countif. Sum if it counts the value adjacent or parallel to that given criteria. Suppose if I want to calculate total laptops sold across the branches. So here you can see 20. I will just highlight it. Here you can see 15 and 50 and 12 and again 18. So in that way, I will get it is manual calculation, means I have to select each and every cell where the laptop sales are given and I have to manually calculate it. So in that case, if the laptop is the criteria, I using SumIf formula I can add these 5 values. That is how the SumIf formula works. Next, average if I want to check what is the average selling price, that is in one branch it is 45, another branch is 44, in one more branch is 45, in Mysore it is 48, Hubli it is 40. If I want to find out the average selling price, then for a given criteria, then I can use average if function. So we'll solve it one by one. If I want to check how many times laptop is repeated or mouse is the word mouse is repeated in this particular range, I can use Countif. So the formula will be equal to if this range contains the word laptop. If that word, so you can see laptop is word repeated 5 times. So you have to select the range and you have to select the criteria. Since I am going to use this formula for upcoming next 2 rows, mouse and keyboard, I will lock the range. If I drag this formula, I will get the same answer, but you can see the range, it's moving downwards. Suppose you can see in the keyboard also it is moving downwards. Since there is no keyboard word in the first row of that Mangalore branch, we are getting same answer. Suppose keyboard was there in the first row in the Mangalore branch, we should have got 6 value, but see, because of the dragging of the formula, we are not getting the actual value. So how to avoid that problem? So while selecting the formula, while mentioning the formula in the first row, keeping in mind that you are going to use the same formula for next 2 cells, it is better to lock the range. I am using Windows F4 button for that particular range. Again, I will show this. I will again remove everything. Equal to Countif. I will select this range and immediately I will press Windows F4 to lock the range, then comma, the criteria is laptop. Now it is proper. Then I can drag this formula for next 2 cells. In between, if I change this keyboard, if I replace the word laptop with the keyboard, automatically you can see the keyboard number increased to 6. So this locking of range is very useful. So this is how you can use Countif formula. Next, SumIf. What are the total sales or total quantity? We'll take the quantity here. So I will mention first one. SumIf the quantity and SumIf the amount. Okay. So in SumIf for function, you can see we have 3 elements: range, criteria, sum range. First, I am telling this Excel function formula that find in this particular range I will again lock the cell. Anymore, I will not explain why I'm locking the range. I hope you have got this point. If I want to drag the formula, I have to lock it. So in this particular range, if the word laptop is found, then calculate quantity column total. Means quantity of that particular laptop, you have to calculate the sum of that. Again, I will lock that range. If you're dragging the formula, it is advised to lock the range. So before writing any formula, you have to plan it in such a way that you can use, you need not repeat the repeat typing of the formula again and again. Okay, so sum if, that is criteria, if that particular range has the word laptop, then calculate the related, or we can say related quantity, total of related quantity of that laptop. So I will close the cell. You can see 115. Manually, if I count using the control button, I will select this 20, 15. I'm holding the control button here to select this different cell, 50, 12 and 18. You can see in the bottom ribbon, you can see sum 115. That means our sum if function total is correct. Now I can drag this for next to column. Again, I will check the total quantity of mouse: 25, 18, 60, 15, 22. You can see I'm getting the total 140. Same way for keyboard, 25, 18. I think the same value I have mentioned. So I will get 140. Now same way, how to calculate the amount for a with the condition. So equal to sum total sales of laptop. If I want to calculate across the branches, then I can use the same sum if formula. Again, I'm giving the condition that find the letter laptop in this particular range. That is, select the range, select the criteria. Criteria I am not locking, only range I am locking. Okay, only range we have to lock, not the criteria, because the next row the criteria is mouse, so it is not the same as laptop. So we should not lock the criteria, that is J8 as it is, no dollar symbol, comma. If you found the laptop, then calculate the sales, total sales of that particular laptop across all the 5 branches. So sales are there in F column, so F2 to F16, lock the range, close parenthesis, enter. So you got 55 lakh 76,000. We'll cross check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can see 55 lakh 76,000 we are getting. So that means our sum if function works proper. So since it is in value, I will give the comma. So this will be the proper format. Again, to make it in rupees format, I can go to currency India. So this is how we will get the currency format. So this is the utility of sum if function. Next, average if. In average if, to find out the average price, I will mention here rate. If I want to know what is the average selling price of the laptop across the 5 branches, then I will use average if. Average if. Similar to sum if, instead of sum range, I am mentioning average range. So again, I am giving the condition or the instruction to the Excel that if that particular range contains the word laptop, then calculate the average price in that rate column for a given criteria. So same thing, but it will, instead of sum, this formula will calculate average of those 5 values. I will close the parenthesis. I will get 46,000. We'll check this. I will select this one, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not here. You can see the moment I select this 5 rows, average 46,000. It is showing average 46,000. Here also we got same amount, 46,000 rupees. Again, I will explain this formula. I am using average if function or the formula. In this, there are 3 elements. First, we have to select the range which contains the word laptop, that is there in C column. So I will select this entire range. I will lock the range as I'm going to drag this formula for the next two criterias, comma, I will select this criteria. Then if you found the word laptop, then calculate average of the rate column of the laptop. So E2 to E16, lock the range, sorry, lock the range, enter. So 46,000. I will immediately take this one. Again, I will not format this cell since it is already formatted cells are there. I will select this cell. I will click on format painter here, the brush symbol, and I will drop on this 46,000. Then I will double click to adjust the column width. So this is how we can do the formatting of that particular cell value. So I will double click to apply that range for the other two columns, other two criterias. So I will take this mouse value to cross check whether it is 450 or not. I will take the rate of mouse in Bangalore branch, Udupi, Bangalore, Mysore, Hubli. You can see the average is showing 450. I also got 450. That means our average if function formula is properly incorporated. So this is how we can use three different if condition for a given as per our requirement for a given data set. That is Countif, Sumif, and AverageIf. Thanks for watching.